how do you actually grow in your career? Sometimes you're doing the work, you're putting it in, but you're not feeling like you're leveling up. And how do you do that? Whether it's that promotion or just to get to that next level. So that's what we're going to talk about on this channel and in this video. I'm going to have some unusual takes for some people. For those that don't know who I am, hi, my name is Kudzi. On this channel, it's about owning your life and taking action to live the life that you want for yourself, mostly focused on personal development and professional growth. So let's get into the video. In this video, I'm going to share 3 big tips that I've realized over the years. I, just like you, I'm trying to grow and level up and figure it out. There's twists and turns in everybody's life, but we can all learn from ourselves and other people. So I'm going to share that with you. And on Sundays, I will be doing a live version where I go through the comments on this video, any questions you might have. So leave those down below if you have throughout the video, and catch me on Sunday where I'll be live and going through those questions. I'm trying to do this interactive community building thing. So I hope it works, but enough about that. Let's get into the video. To really make sure these 3 tips land, let me tell you a story. Let me take you back. Let me take you back a couple years ago. So as many of you may or may not know, I used to be an accountant in my past life, I say, but that's a joke. It was actually good for me to have that professional foundation. Professionalism and being client-facing is really important because you just have to level everything up, dot those I's, cross those T's. I was working on a project at a client's office, but it was a new client and it was a small project, so I was mostly there by myself, and I would report back to my manager, you know, intermittently here and there. But I was out there doing the work. It was a new client, so it's a little bit hard to figure out. There were some challenges, some hurdles. I was putting out the fires, getting the work done, you know, shipping that work because you know you have to do the work. But I was realizing like I wasn't really communicating with my manager that much. And while I was doing the work, which is great and good because you know you need to do it, I could tell that I wasn't going to get the recognition that I deserved because I wasn't really communicating in full everything that was happening. So great manager, but if people don't know what you're working on like fully, they just don't know, and you may not get the rating that you want in the performance review or the promotion that you want. So it took a bit of a turn, and I created kind of a in-depth, real-time update approach so that I could make sure that she knew what I was up to, what issues I was dealing with, how I resolved those problems and got us to our end goal. And it kind of made this big kind of shift in our relationship where it wasn't just one about the work, which she can now have visibility into, which was really good, but also this trust relationship thing, which really had her feel that I could handle hard things, jump over the hurdle and get it done, because it's one of those things that people look for in terms of leadership and growth. And after that project, it got a really good rating, which was really good for me, great for career growth, great for all the things that people want, you know, recognition, promotion, or just recognition from peers or your boss, or whether it is the bonus or money or whatever that may be. Because everyone wants to feel like they've done a good job, if they've done a good job and that people actually see it. But it taught me a couple of things that I've really used in my life when I think about how do I make sure that I progress, particularly at work where, you know, we're all working a lot all the time. There's just the baseline work that we need to do, but how do you package that to show that you are ready for the next level? So these are the 3 tips I was going to share, but I have tip 0, not before 1, 2, and 3. The first one, which I think is a foundational tip, because sometimes people try to jump corners and do crazy things, and I'm just like, there's foundations that you need to be doing. And the foundation is, you need to just do the work. As a baseline, you need to be doing the work and getting it done. Before you try any shenanigans or any kind of approaches, make sure that you're actually doing the job and you're doing it well. So knowing what your goals are, your targets are, your objectives are, however you measure it in your company, make sure you are doing that, because there's nothing, people can't level you up if you're not even at the level that you're supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So tip number 1 that you need to do is communication of the results and the process. So most people generally show their supervisor, boss, manager, whoever, that they either achieved the goal or they didn't, which is important. Like we mentioned, do the work. But people don't magically know all the things it took to get there, all the hurdles, all the things that went wrong, all the issues that you had to identify, figure out a plan for, execute the plan, and actually get you to the goal. The reason why that is important, it's not so much to get a pat on the back that, oh my God, you did a good job, which sometimes it's always great to get positive feedback, but it's more so when people are looking for career growth and like who can be the next kind of leader for the team or manager or whatever that next level is, they're looking for that problem solving, analytical thinking, strategic thinking ability. So That's what a leader needs to have, that you can identify problems, figure out solutions, get it done. And sometimes if people don't know that these were the humps and hurdles to get there, they won't ever know. And then step 2 about that is making sure you're able to communicate. So actually communicate what you did in a succinct and clear manner. So I'm not asking for, pages and pages of hurdles and problems, but this was the goal, this was achieved, these are some things we learned along the way, issues we encountered, and this is how we solved them, and other people can learn from them too. Because again, that is a leader quality where you figured it out, yes, but you can also help other people, which I'll get to. And communication is actually a skill that you need to learn. I realize I'm using my hands a lot. Communication is a skill that you need to learn, and we all need to learn how to do that. Some people are more gifted than others. Some of us have to be coached or coach ourselves or Google videos or find those tips and tricks. And there's so many resources online. One book that I do love, this is from a instructor at Stanford who, when I went there for business school, it's a great little book called Speaking Up Without Freaking Out, because not everyone loves or can communicate really easily. They sometimes need some help or some tips and some tricks. This is a great book. He taught a class, I think it was called Strategic Communication. I think that's what it was called. But Google something, find a book. I'll link this one down below. Whatever it is that you need to learn how to communicate well is really, really important. Tip 2 that I learned during that time when I was working remotely from my manager at the time is that build a real relationship. Yes, it's work. People like to work with people they like and people that make their lives easier, right? By solving those problems, but also being like an actual nice person, responsive, generous, kind, easy to work with, really, really important. And also just like a positive energy to the company, to the culture, because again, people like to work with people they like. And I think there's this thing where people think work is professional and not emotional, and for the most part it should be, but we're still human. We're still human beings.
I'm a human being.
That's why you see a lot of books about culture and how people should talk to each other and respond to each other, because you're still like a human being. We're not robots. I hope we're not robots. I want to actually like people that I work with. So be a good person and a nice person to work with and an easy person to work with, not combative, because that's also a leadership quality. How do you wrangle a group of people to not only do the job, but also have a positive place for people to work? Mega tip, I'm telling y'all. And then number 3, and this one's really important. Number 3 is not only focusing on yourself. I touched on it a little bit before about how to help others when you've solved the problem, but really number 3 is about that coaching mindset. How can you help other people do their job as well? So if I know how to do something and I see you stumbling a little bit or you're a little bit unsure, it's the first time doing it, be that person that jumps in and says, oh, let me help you, do you want to help? Or maybe they don't want help, but you can say, if you ever need any help, let me know, I'm here for you, but actually do help them. You can't be like scam helping. You need to do the work, because some people be scamming out there. Just actually help people, and you'll find it'll go a really long way. 1, it builds relationships, like tip number 2, people like to work with people that they like. It actually helps the company and the business, because people then figure out problems or issues or things they can't do quicker. But most importantly, again, it's that leadership mindset, that the team versus the individual mindset. How do we help other people grow? And it's such an important thing in life in general as well, because yes, you can win and you'll get all the stuff, but that's cool. What's even better is if you all get better together. And I think those 3 tips, on top of just doing your job well, which I said, you got to be doing it. You got to be starting from, I know what we're doing it well. And then 3 tips on top of that are really, really important, which is communicate the process and result to make sure that you are able to be a nice and easy person to work with and build relationships. And 3, make sure that you're not only growing yourself, but growing others by coaching them along the way. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. So that's me. Drink my matcha over here. I'm excited to hear what other people think about career progression, the things that you need to level up to the next stage. Please leave your questions and comments down below. Like I said, on Sunday, I'll be doing a live right here where we go through some of those questions and comments and react to them or answer them. And if you have more, join me then. But with that, remember to own your life, take action. You can live the life of your dreams, boo, or achieve that goal. You just have to do it yourself. And I hope this was helpful for you. If you enjoyed watching this video, here are more for you to watch. Enjoy, be amazing. Click the like button, subscribe, everything that we need to do. Share with a friend who needed this, and I'm gonna go. Goodbye.